A few weeks ago, I made a video about why I prefer Darktable over Raw Therapy as my photo editor. One of the reasons is Darktable's ability to add the GPS information to your pictures. Raw Therapy doesn't have this feature built in, so when I was using it, I had to rely on applications like Digicam just for geotagging. My workflow is much simpler now with Darktable, and I want to share it with you in case this is useful to someone. This video will be very short as I will only cover a few ways you can do geotagging with Darktable, as well as a few ways you can get the GPS information in the first place. The first way is to drag and drop the picture on the map, and this is very convenient when you know precisely where the picture was taken or when accuracy isn't critical. For this example, we will use a picture I took at the Parabol waterfall the other week. To geotag this picture in Darktable, just go to the top right corner, click on Other, and then click on Map. I like to use the Find Location module to search for the location. Once you find it, you can drag and drop the picture on the map. So that's it, the picture has been geotagged. So before we move to the second option, there are a few plugins I want to share with you that are very useful when working with GPS information. To install these plugins, go to the Lua script module and enable Clear GPS Info on page 1 and Geo Toolbox on page 2. The Clear GPS plugin add a button to the Action on Selection module. If you select an image and open that module, you can now click on Clear GPS information to remove any previously added data. If I click on it now, it might look like nothing happens, but if we go back to the map, we will see that the picture we geotagged earlier is no longer there. Now, let's look at the Geo Toolbox plugin. This plugin lets you select pictures that do or don't have GPS information, and it also helps you to copy and paste GPS data between pictures. For this example, let's duplicate our image. I've made 4 copies and I will geotag the first one. In the Geo Toolbox module, if I click Select Geo Images, only the first picture will be selected. If I click Select Non-Geo Images, the last 3 pictures are selected. Now I will select the first picture and copy and paste the GPS information to the third picture. If I click Select Geo Images again, number 1 and number 3 are now selected. These 2 plugins are very simple but very useful. So now let's look at the second way we can geotag pictures. The first method is nice when you know where the picture was taken. Unfortunately, it's not always the case, and that's why GPX files are very useful. These files store the GPS information from devices like your phone, and then Darktable can match the GPS information with the timestamp of your pictures. To get a GPX file, I like to use an application called OSM End. The name isn't great, but trust me, the application is very good. It is available on Android and iOS, and you can even use it for navigation as a replacement for Google Maps. But most of the time, I use it only to track activities like hiking and record the GPX file. To do that, I simply open the app, press Rec, choose a login interval, and press Start. Once you are done, press Finish and copy the GPX file to your computer. The only problem with that application is remembering to start recording when you go out to take pictures. I always forgot, and that's why on my phone I also use an application called Phone Track. To use that application, you will need a Nextcloud instance, but if you have one, I highly recommend it. It was designed to track your phone, but because it records a GPX file, you can also use it for geotagging. So now that we have our GPX file, we can geotag our picture in Darktable. On the sidebar of the light table, there is a geotagging module. A slightly different version is also available beside the map. For this example, we will use the module in the map menu. The first step is to check the date and time of your picture in case the camera wasn't configured properly. Next, you need to enter your camera's time zone. In my case, it was America, Toronto. Next, click on the folder and select your GPX file. Finally, check the box and click Apply Geolocation. And voila, our picture has been geotagged using the GPX file. So I hope this video was helpful. If it was, just give me a like and see you next time.